Michelle, and I am a 36-year-old teacher and a brand new mama. And I've decided I wanted to start this video just so that I could kind of keep a journal of this transition that I'm about to embark on. It's going to be a hard one. It's already getting hard. I've been at home since the beginning of summer. I was lucky enough to have Lincoln, my baby boy, who's 3 months. I had him on basically 3 days after the last day of school. So I was able to take all of the summer off, which was great, and bond with him and be with him. And then when school started, I went in for just like a few days, 6 days, to set up my classroom, meet my students the first day of school. And then I took off again, so another 2 months. So in total, I will have been with him almost 4 months total at home. And it's been so many things, but mostly wonderful. It's been so great to see him every morning and see his smiles and his moves and all of his little milestones that he's been making. It's been so much better than I ever thought it would be. And in a few weeks' time, 3.5 weeks, that's going to end. And I know it's going to be really hard. I know it's going to be really hard because it's already getting hard just thinking about it. So I decided if I keep a journal along the way, then maybe I can have a place to vet my feelings. And if I'm feeling this way later on, maybe I can kind of see progress of how I'm feeling, maybe getting better, hopefully. I don't know. And I don't know, maybe I can even help someone along the way. Maybe some other moms out there, I know for sure, are probably feeling this way. And it's helpful to know that you're not alone and that there are other people feeling the same way. So that's what I'm hoping to get out of this. I am looking down a little bit because I have some notes because that mom brain is a real thing. So I've got my little notebook here. And so if you see me look down, that's pretty much what I'm doing. I just want to make sure I'm getting everything that I want onto the video. So my goal is to try and start a daily vlog from here on out for the next month. In about 3.5 weeks, like I said, I'm going to be starting school. So I want to be able to capture what these weeks are like so that I don't forget them. And then I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. So that I don't forget them. And then also so that I can look back at them and so that I can see the transition, like I said. And then also it'll just give me a place to kind of air my emotions so that I'm not harassing my friends on Facebook who don't want to hear about me being sad about leaving my baby for the 30th time that day. I know that I'm lucky. I know that not everyone gets 4 months to be with their babies. That's not something that in the US we do. As a rule, it's usually about 6 weeks, and then a lot of people go back to work. So I know I am very fortunate to have been able to stay home for 4 months. That being said, it's still going to be extremely hard for me to go back. And I didn't think this was going to be the case. I figured 4 months was enough and that I'd be ready to go back to work and, focus in on my students and focus in on my work and be able to come home and then spend time with my baby and it not be a big deal. I am feeling more and more like that's not going to be the case, that it's going to be way harder than I'm thinking. So it's a struggle. I just recently found out that I thought I was going back into, and if you're a teacher, you'll understand how monumental this is. I thought I was going to go back into a non-testing grade. I set up my room for a second grade classroom. My materials, my resources, everything was ready for a second grade room. And I found out just yesterday that they are going to be placing me into a third grade class because of budget cuts, which is probably here in Florida, which is where I live, the hardest grade to teach because the state test has so much weight to it in terms of kids being able to move on to the next grade if they don't pass it. So it's a really tricky grade, and I've been doing it for the last few years. And it's exhausting. It's a really tough grade, which means that I am going to be playing catch up for a big part of the day, especially since I'm going to be pumping at work, which it's really hard just thinking about. I was pumping earlier and I kind of caught a little bit of why it's so hard. So I'll put that in here. So it's going to be a difficult transition. And I know for a fact that it's not going to be easy. And even though my mom is the one that's watching Lincoln, and I am so blessed to have my mom be the one to do it, it does bring me so much more peace of mind. I know that. I know I'm super blessed that way. Because I know a lot of parents have to leave their kids in daycare and they don't know who's watching their kids, and it's just another added worry, right? So I know that I'm really, really fortunate that my mom is going to be watching him, but it's still hard because I'm going to be missing all those little moments with him. I'm not going to be with him to see him do that first rollover or that first new sound or all of those things that I've been watching and enjoying so far. So I guess I'm just gonna kind of leave it here and add in some footage throughout the day, but I just wanted to show you some of the pieces and show myself some of the pieces of the day with Lincoln. It's already past lunchtime. It's around 2 o'clock. I was trying to get this together earlier, but you know, I wanted to spend some time with him, and I'm just doing these between naps. So I've been plugging in pieces here and there, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, and just like as a side note, I wanted to kind of look presentable for my first video, but this is probably not going to happen too often. The whole hair, makeup thing, it's just, this is not, no, mom life. These are real bags. They're not getting hidden. This is a 36, gray hair, not going away. So if you don't want to watch something that's like not perfection, like many of the YouTube gals that go on there are kind of really pretty and perfect and everything's in place. And I watch them. I'm also addicted to watching them, but that's not going to be this. This is just going to be kind of a journal of me showing you my life, showing you my day, showing myself, my future self, everything that's important. And I don't know if anybody will watch this, but I know I probably most definitely will appreciate it in about a year's time or more. Right, see you soon. I'm multitasking. I'm pumping and wearing an eye mask all at once. And blogging and watching the baby on the monitor. So many things happening right now, yet so relaxed. So different from pumping at work. So I went in that first week, that teacher week, to set up my classroom, and during that week I obviously had to pump. Pumping was so stressful because it's so far, the room that I have to go to, and to have to pack all of the stuff from home, make sure I don't forget any of the pieces, make sure that I get to sanitize everything at work, keeping everything cold in the Florida heat in the summer. It was an added stress. And then the first day of school was even harder because now the kids are there. And finding someone to cover you while you pump is not easy. Those of you that are teachers and that are pumping at work and that have been able to do it for more than a day, I commend you. It is tough, especially when there aren't protocols in place that help set up for moms to be successful at pumping at work. It's kind of something that you need to kind of figure out more on your own and try and do it during your preps and your lunch. But then if they're both together at the same time or early in the morning and you have nothing in the afternoon, then it's kind of up to you to figure it out. So I don't know, when I go back in a few weeks for good, I guess I'm gonna have to talk to admin and see what we can do and check my schedule, because as of right now I don't know what my new schedule is going to be. So there's a lot of stress going on, which doesn't help milk supply, and it was already kind of going down, the milk supply, just that 1 week and 1 day that I worked, which is weird because I was pumping the same frequency, but I guess when you're not with your baby, maybe that affects it, or maybe because I was so stressed or not in the same environment, I don't know. But the milk production definitely went down for a little bit towards the end of that week. It went back up as soon as I started staying home again. This might be TMI, but I actually got my period that same week, at the end of that week too, which is super early. But I guess if you're exclusively pumping, then it doesn't. I'm exclusively pumping because of latching issues. So I guess it doesn't really make a difference that way. You'll just get your period early because you're not like breastfeeding on contact. But I think the stress I had to do a lot with it too. And the fact that I wasn't with the baby, obviously, for a long amount of time. Anyways, this is something that I am truly going to miss, being able to pump in the comfort of my own bed and being able to just kind of use this as a bonding time with my kid while he's sleeping, and also kind of relaxing time for me to kind of decompress a little bit, not decompose, decompress a little bit while he's down for a nap. Because otherwise I'd be running around just, doing the regular mom stuff and cleaning up and all that other stuff. I'm heating up some milk, or actually I'm heating up the water for his little milk because it's almost time for him to get up. So I wanted to say, I just finished vacuuming for like the third time this week, and it's only Wednesday, so every day this week, because I have been losing my hair like crazy since, look at that, it's just literally is coming off. Ever since probably like a few weeks ago, it just started really coming off, which during the whole pregnancy, I barely lost any hair, and it was getting so thick and luxurious for like the first time in my life, and now it's definitely... it's coming out. And the rug, I see it all over the place, and he plays on the rug, so I'm trying to keep it decently clean and not with my hair, because he grabs it and it's like in his hand all the time. Okay, so I was looking at the wrong place, so I had to refilm this, but I am going to spend this time where his water is heating up his milk, just putting together some 100th day celebration decorations. He will be 100 days on Saturday. And at school, we celebrate the 100th day, right? We do like this big celebration for the 100th day of school. And we do all of these activities. So I thought, hey, that'd be really cute to do it for his 100th day here with us. Like, he's been with us for 100 days. And upon further research of getting materials together, I found out that it is a huge kind of thing that they do in a lot of Asian cultures where they celebrate the 100th day. So because that's already like a thing, and Michelle didn't invent it, they have all of these like decorations and stuff already kind of set. And I went on Amazon and just got like a little packet of 100th day, and it came with all of these cute little like decorations and stuff that go with the colors that he has in his room, which are gray, white, and he has navy blue, but I mean any blue will do. And I thought it'd be really cute to kind of just decorate his changing table and maybe just have a little cake for us. Obviously he won't be eating the cake, but just to have in the pictures and for us to kind of celebrate with him his 100th day here with us. So that's what we're doing on Saturday, and it takes a little time to just kind of fluff out these little balls. So I'm just going to be doing that. I'm going to do one every day so that I don't get overwhelmed. But yeah, these are really cute. And then it came with like a little banner to put above his changing station. It came with these are adorable. These cute little like 100 day sticks that you can put inside. So this is why I want to get like a little cupcake or maybe 2 cupcakes and then put them on the changing table, because it has the 100 days. And he's been with us 100 days. So that's really cute. And it came with, what else did it come with? Oh, there's like a little banner of just like stars and dots. So that's gonna go on the bottom part, I think. And it also came with these little tissue paper garlands. So those are gonna go on the top, I think. I don't know, I'll put it together and then I'll show you guys on Saturday once I've decorated it all what it looks like. Again, it's not going to be a big deal. It's just going to be me and him, basically. His dad has to work on Saturday. So it'll just be us doing a photo shoot, having a little cake, and celebrating his 100th day. Maybe I'll invite my parents over, or I don't know, maybe Julio, which is his dad, can go in a little bit later to work and spend the morning celebrating with us. So we'll see what happens, but it is time to go get his milk and get him, so let's go. So it's definitely a learning curve to this vlogging stuff, because I just didn't hit the record button. So at this point he's about half done with his bottle, even though we already recorded everything and didn't record anything. So I was saying that I use these bottles, the Dr. Brown's bottles, because he had acid reflux around 2 weeks. We started noticing that he was just straining a lot and not eating and not happy and not sleeping, and just, it was like general fussiness, right? But then it was also kind of like, you could see that he was in some pain too. So when we took him to the pediatrician, they gave us Zantac and we put him on that, and that worked a little bit. But we have to try a combination of things before we're finally able to get him to this happy little self that he is now. He still burps up a little bit, but it's not nearly as bad as it was. So the Dr. Brown's bottle is keeping him a little bit upright when I feed him, which is why I still use the boppy, even though I'm not, this is breast milk, but I'm not feeding him directly from the breast. And making sure that I burp him thoroughly. Eliminating dairy has been a huge deal. At first I had eliminated coffee too, but coffee seems to be okay with him. So I put it back because I needed it. So it didn't hurt him and it helped me, win-win. So that's been happening. And in case you're wondering why I came in before he even cried and I was like, oh, time to feed him. We've been doing the not Ferber. We did that too, but we'll talk about that later. Been doing the Baby Wise method of scheduling, and it seems to be working pretty well to like grab him before he gets fussy, before he gets angry and hungry and like starts crying. He seems a lot happier with it, and also with knowing what comes next in his daily routine. It's flexible, so the hours are not always the same, but we definitely, after reading the book, it kind of made sense that it's not just, oh, if he cries, let him be hungry. No, I feed him if he's crying at other times and he's hungry, especially when he goes through growth spurts and stuff. That seems to be when he's like really needing more milk or more frequent. So he never goes hungry, never let him cry if he is hungry. He feeds when he needs to. But he knows when he gets up, it's going to be feed, change, play, and then nap again. He knows that routine, and he's sleeping a lot better. He slept from like 10:30 till 7:15 this morning, so that was great. I mean, it's the first time he's done that, but he was consistently sleeping till about 6 a.m. pretty much for a couple of weeks now. So that's where we are with that. I hope if we ever have another kid, I'll remember that this worked. When we're in our second week of trying to do the Baby Wise method and it's not working, I need to remember this moment that eventually will. They just need to be a little older sometimes. I think 8 weeks was a little too early for him. He was sleeping pretty okay though. It was good for him in terms of napping especially. He knew when his naps were and he wasn't getting overtired, and I knew when his naps were. But at night he was still kind of struggling, especially at the beginning part of the night. To get him down it was tough. But I think it's been working. So alright, I'll see you during playtime. Hey, Linky. Lincoln. Oh no. Okay, so I'm pumping again. And I'm slowly, this time I am decomposing because the hair is, yeah, I don't know what it's doing. And earrings are off, lipstick is off because I gotta kiss that kid and I don't want lipstick all over him. My freckles are shining through. I'm out of coffee. It's about 4 o'clock and I am running out of steam. My eyes are red. And the makeup is completely messed up. But it's another blessed day that I get to spend at home with Lincoln. So I'm just happy to be here today. I'm so excited to be here every day that I'm here. Anyway, I am going to probably end this for today here because it'll be a little bit more of the same for the next feeding, which will be in about, I don't know, an hour. And yeah, that way I can see how long it's going to take me to edit these videos because I've never done an editing, so I don't know how long it'll take me. So I'm going to grab some dinner and maybe I'll just show you a clip of whatever I eat for dinner as my outro. Is that what you call it? I don't know. We'll see what we see. Anyway, if I don't speak to you again, which I don't think I will, I hope this video was at least a little bit entertaining. I don't know. I don't think of myself as an entertaining personality, but who knows, maybe. And yeah, maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.